Well, can he? He can.
Yes,
He's
he
gonna show you today. This is the Big Finish at Lincoln Lodge. We're about to get it on the show. So come on, everybody, and get the show on the road.
Let's get it on the road. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Big Finish podcast recorded at the wonderful Lincoln Lodge with our sound engineer, Christine Ferreira. I'm one of your hosts, Jamie Schreiner.
And I'm Beckett Kenny, the other host.
Thank you for tuning in. We have such an exciting guest with us today. We have Victor Carlesi.
Wow.
Victor, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for being
guys,
here.
Thanks for having me.
I would love to know, Victor and Beckett, what era are you in right now? Victor can go. We'll have Victor go first as the guest.
I'm in my buying a 10-piece chicken nuggets like almost all the time era.
That's the great era.
wow,
I love
wow.
that. I love it. I love.
I'm in my laid off era, which is actually before this, I feel like I was in my super stressed about work and how badly work's going era. So now I feel like it's kind of like ultimately been like it's an opportunity for something to be good, although I'm very stressed.
Of
you know?
course.
Live, laugh, love. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm in the labor of my rebirth, you know?
Yeah, it's like I was gonna say, I feel like it's like you're in the tower card. You're not in the death card yet. Like you're still in the like
Is this
everything's
tarot?
falling apart. This is tarot. You know, it's
I don't know anything about tarot. Do you know anything about tarot?
I do know that I received mini tarot cards from an ex once, and then I never really figured them out.
I was like, well,
yeah.
I was gonna say, screw that ex. Screw him to hell. No, I mean, basically what I meant by that is it's like, basically there's two cards. There's like the tower and there's the death card. They come one after the other. And like the tower card is when everything's sort of breaking down and you're kind of in distress, which it then makes room for the death card, which is not literally death. It's like your rebirth. So it's like this time right now, it like can still feel icky and stressful.
This is the thing about tarot to me is like I've heard that they never want you to like have a bad reading because like then you're not going to come back and do tarot because they don't want that. So that's like why I'm like, oh, it's the death card, but actually it's a good thing. You know, like that sounds like such fucking bullshit to me. I'm sorry, not to like freak out the tarot gods or whatever, but
I would say death is definitely, I'd say probably tower is the most distressing one. And I was saying like, I feel like you're in your tower period, but that leads to death is still, it's stressful because you're starting over. You're like, what do I do now? But it's like, also if your job was already making you stressed, this is just a new stress. I know I sound like an annoying mom. I'm not trying to be toxic.
yeah, in a
positive.
way. It's just that stress had more money, and that's the main thing. When you have money, there's no such thing as stress. Actually,
I know, it's like, I mean, I feel like I kind of got past my laid off era because I don't know if I told you, but I was laid off in November from the job that was like my main source of income.
You did tell me.
And it kind of is like pushed, like things have been, I'm finally in the place where things like went back around the other way. So what I'm saying is it sucks right now, but I believe in you.
Live off love. Thank you.
Live off love. That's all. You can be in your laid off era, but it's only an era. It'll be over.
Okay. Victor, can you give me a pep talk now?
I don't want to lie to you. I have been searching for a job for about 5 months, and it is hard to do.
Yeah.
The job market freaking sucks.
Yeah, it does fucking suck.
But no, just literally do nepotism.
I literally totally would, and I totally would.
Yeah,
my
there's
parents
no shame in it.
are unfortunately both work in public education.
Your parents don't own a company?
I know.
Come on, dude.
That is where I kind of went wrong in terms of strategy, in terms of financial
your
strategy,
parents-
in terms of accounting.
God.
How?
I know. Victor, how about your parents? Did they start their own company?
They don't own a company.
Oh my God.
Boo.
So, but I'm thinking I want to do nepotism. Like, friend works here. They want me to work there.
Oh,
too,
that
like,
I
have
do.
fun.
That is how I got this job.
That's the only way to get a job. It's
I've
so
never
stupid to do it the
not
other
gotten
way.
a job from nepotism, and I also don't have a degree, so lots of trickery and tomfoolery.
My degree doesn't mean anything. I'll apply for a marketing job. I have an advertising degree. They're sort of like, where's your like 4 years of email marketing experience? And I'm like, well, I don't have it, but I do have a degree. And they're sort of like, well, this is paying $18 an hour, so we're really going to need you to have experience. And I'm like, that's like not enough money.
That makes me so ill.
That is insane. $18 an hour for 4 years of emailing. Everyone knows how to email, honey.
I know. I was like, I think I could figure it out for minimum wage. Like, what?
That's one of the most frustrating things about job searches. They tell you need to have experience for every job. And guess how many jobs you need to have experience for? Like maybe 4. Like if you're a surgeon, well, I guess like at a certain point though, you can't you have to cut somebody open for the first time at some point. You know what I mean? As a doctor.
That's such a good like metaphor for like everything.
Right?
Yeah. Like you gotta do the root canal for the first time once.
Yeah, totally.
But I do think it's like it is annoying that it's like you have to have a freaking graduate degree to be a barista.
I know.
Like when you said 5 months, so I had my friend who moved in September. She finally got a job like this month, and she's been looking since September.
Yeah.
And I'm like really happy for her that she finally got one. But she was like in the throes of like just deep depression about like when the fuck is something gonna line up. Like I just and I think it's the fact that they're setting the requirements too high for menial tasks. That's just like I just wish that they would just take a chance on people, because it's like it's the catch-22 of like you can't get a job without the experience, but you can't get the experience without the job. And it's like none of us even really want these jobs. We just want to have the money to live.
Yeah. Like, you can learn basically anything, so
on YouTube, or like even just by doing it. Really.
Okay. Also, what do we think? What is our official position as a podcast about? And this is going in writing.
Okay.
About the TikTok ban.
Oh my god! No, don't ban it.
I'm against.
That's how I feel. I'm against the ban.
I was almost like, yeah, maybe they should ban it. But then I'm like, wait, why are they fucking banning TikTok when American companies do the same thing to us? Like, we don't have to speculate about like Facebook stealing our data because we know they've done it, you know?
Yeah.
That's what's so frustrating to me about the whole situation, because it's like,
I mean, I've applied for those like when they do the group lawsuits. They did one for Google recently, and they did one for Facebook as well for them like surveilling and using people's images. I think I got like $50 each from those group settlements. Like that's how many people they like could prove they did that to. And with the TikTok ban, I don't know if y'all have read or like there's an option where you can listen to.
I literally can't read. For the past few years, I haven't been able to read.
Okay, Leah Michelle. Yeah. I love. No, but I don't really like sitting down and reading things, but I listened to the Restrict Act, which is like the bill that would ban TikTok. And it's the thing that's scary is it's so vague and so open-ended that it leaves a lot of room for them to like, if this communications committee were to be like let's say, we were talking before this, let's say DeSantis comes into power, they pick a communications committee that's like evangelical Christian based, they could decide that saying you're gay online or saying that you don't support the government online is illegal, and they're like surveilling citizens, and you could get in trouble for that. Like, and it's like, it's just because the bill is too broad that it kind of resembles the Patriot Act in a way. And it's really scary. There's a lot of legislation going around like statewide and everything right now. I think that we can be at some point funny, but we can be honest that right now, like I think everybody is feeling a little scared in this country about like the job market and all the legislation going around, like the anti-trans stuff in Tennessee. And if you look at Mississippi right now, they're trying to bring back like basically like Jim Crow type of legislation. And I mean, like, the only reason I talk about it is it's like I was at NACA this weekend, and I have students coming up to my booth and saying like, thank you for being here. Like, we feel really seen by you. Like at our campuses right now, it's really stressful to be a queer person, be a trans person. And it's like, it's heartbreaking to have like a 18, 19, 20-year-old look you in your eye as a 30-year-old woman and say that. Cause it's like, I'm like, what can we actively be doing? Like, what can I as a citizen in Chicago actively be doing for like people in North and South Dakota?
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know what I can really do except for like show up at their campus if like they choose to have me go there, and
pray.
Pray. I mean,
pray, yeah.
No,
thoughts and prayers.
Yeah,
God.
I started praying.
Yeah.
I've just been like praying.
Recently, I was praying to keep my job recently, and that worked out great.
So
So it's just like I know that God listens,
Totally.
but importantly, He doesn't care, and that's kind of been the sweet spot for me. Yeah, no, everything's very scary right now.
Yeah. I do agree. I do want them to ban social media like altogether.
Yeah, but they should ban all social
But
media.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
No.
So I'm sort of like, well, don't pick and choose. Like you have to just ban all of it.
Yeah.
and they're not going to. So.
No, they're definitely not gonna do that.
If you're gonna ban, you gotta ban it all. I do think also like this is not as funny, but there is part of me that kind of like, to some degree, yesterday, it being April Fool's, I just almost wondered if they would like have just been like, oh, you know all that stuff we've been doing since Roe v. Wade, April Fools. It was just a joke. Like I couldn't help but
That
be
would
like,
have been epic.
wouldn't that be so epic? That would have been the biggest. Like 6 months dedicated to an April Fool's joke. That would have been.
That would be kind of iconic, and I would laugh.
I would laugh.
So-
Like I would have been like, okay, y'all got me. You really got me.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's April 2nd, and they haven't said that. So,
Shit.
did anybody get tricked by anything yesterday?
Have you ever?
Yes. I got tricked. I got tricked on Twitter. Someone shared an image of RuPaul in like this gorgeous red wig, like laying down, and it was like an announcement for All Stars 8, and I was like, oh my god, she looks so good here. And then they were like, by the way, like this is fake. Like,
Wow, that's tragic. What do you think of this current season, by the way?
so I don't have access to like watching it. I can't figure out the time zone thing, so I like, can't even go to a bar. What if I started crying?
I've been crying all weekend for
One week I went an hour after it aired, and then the next week I went an hour before. I was like, you know what? I think God's telling me don't watch this dang show. But I do really love Sasha Colby. Like,
yeah.
she's so queen.
Yeah,
Like,
she is queen. She's very, very pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that is great. I also like. I wish you would have cried because I've been crying. I cried yesterday because, well, I've had like a delayed emotional response to like the layoff where like when it happened to me, I was like was literally talking to my supervisor. I was like, well, I saw this coming, and then like I literally was at dinner with. I was
your supervisor, I'd be like, oh, let's get a wellness check. Honey, send an ambulance. I do not know what's going on over there. We're gonna need an ambulance for this.
There was a deep darkness. There was a deep darkness in my literal like desperate plea to be. I'm like maybe if I can be a good personality hire one more second, like it'll keep me on. The personality hire, let me tell you, can survive the first layoff. They cannot survive the second layoff.
Oh, no.
That is what I've learned. But I had a delayed emotional response to it where I was like very much like, you know what, this is an opportunity to do something new. You know, this was going down anyway, and I'm gonna find something even better. And guess what? Maybe I'll become a full-time comedian off of this. and I just was going down that narrative like constantly, and then I was at dinner, and you know my partner was taking me out to like. We got like a pitcher of margaritas, and then like I drank one margarita, and I was just like, I like literally wasn't talking. I was just at the dinner table, like looking away from my partner, like tears coming down my eyes, like shaking, and then like I was like, I can't host the show at the Laugh Factory, but then I later did go on stage and perform because,
absolutely.
Because that's the thing is you want your Katy Perry moment. Do you know what I mean?
People just wait. What does she say? They say that they understand.
Oh,
they don't. But no one knows what it's like.
Okay.
And you just have to be okay.
Yes. At that moment, but also, have you seen? And this is the only scene I've seen from Katy Perry's like documentary.
Wait, it's a really good documentary. You need to watch the whole thing.
Okay, I do need to. I've been collecting recently like the pop star documentaries from like Truth or Dare to like
Believe.
Which one's Believe?
Justin Bieber.
Oh, okay. I do need to
Or
watch.
no, Never Say Never. Sorry, that's the one I was thinking of.
Okay,
Sorry,
sorry,
everyone.
I want Gaga to do another one where she's not.
You guys want to kill
denim.
me? You guys want to kill me because I got the title wrong, huh?
No.
I literally am furious. As a deep believer, it's too late now to say sorry. Actually.
No, but can you? What was the Katy Perry thing that you were referencing?
Oh, so there's a moment in the documentary where she's like, her and Russell Brand, which also first off, psychotic to have been engaged to him and marry him, then psychotic to cry about a divorce with him in some ways. I'm sorry. And then also, have you seen the video recently of Katy Perry being like talking about gun control? And I think she is being genuinely emotional about it.
But it is so,
but it looks
like, I don't want to say it's funny, but it is so weird to do that like at someone.
Yeah.
She's like crying at a contestant.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, yeah, I know. It really
it's bad.
It sucks. And she's like, it's just it seems very like, I don't know. She's in her own world.
But she has this moment where she's like crying about, and then she like, right before she goes on stage, she's like, and it's like that glamour. Like I'm
obsessed with that.
Also, a different extent of this is like, you know, the opening scene of Chicago where like in the movie they add that like Velma just killed them before she's singing all that jazz in the club, and she's like, and they're like, you're late, and she's like, I got it, and then she's like washing the blood off her hands, and it's like,
just killed my sister. That face you make.
Every time I want to go on stage, I want people to think I'm a hero for doing it. Is I guess what I'm saying is I'm a survivor.
Yeah, but it's such a trope in documentaries to like be sobbing and then be lifted up on the stage and be like,
all right,
baby, let the kids.
No, I mean that's definitely a mood. That is a mood to be like, I'm going to do a show no matter what.
Oh.
I'm going to work through it.
And then last night, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to stop ordering food because I'm laid off now and I can't do that. And that's so expensive. I know. And I like...
I just made that connection. I go, oh, shit.
I was at my partner's
house. That's where all
house.
my money's going.
I know. I go, wait, you can't?
I made just finding out.
No. They always say it's a $0, it's no delivery fee. But then you look and it's actually $40. And I don't understand. But
Sorry, I cut you off. What were you saying?
Yeah. Yeah, actually it's my podcast. So Victor, you're kind of supposed to listen.
I was wondering which one of you would put me in my place first. Oh my gosh, you guys got spunk, huh?
Was that an impression, the spunk, or was that like just a funny voice? It almost sounded like someone.
It was my college what is that person, guidance, not a guidance counselor, someone that sort of
RA?
you meet with once and they talk to you about the job market and you're sort of like,
yeah.
okay,
Oh,
that's
I know.
awesome.
Like
You're
a
like a
job
One time he told me I
counselor?
had moxie. So that has been
I'm surprised
seminal
Moxie has not been weaponizing Vince Gaiman more because
He's like, you got moxie, and I was like, okay, you just said the F slur. Really, you screamed it.
literally Moxie. I'm surprised Moxie's so like such a close cousin to Sassy. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's wow. I'm surprised I've not been told I have Moxie before.
You've never been
Maybe I
brutalized.
don't have Moxie.
by moxie.
Yeah,
Now I'm questioning my Moxie levels.
I think
Do I need some amoxicillin?
No, amoxicillin.
Doctor, his moxie levels startlingly low.
Somebody show him.
Nurse, a sedative.
Somebody show him Deborah Messing. I don't know. I was like, who's an actress that has Moxie? I was actually thinking of who's the girl in Working Girl. Oh. Melanie Griffith. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't watch
That'd be
shows that
Moxie.
surround around having a job.
I actually haven't seen
I
the
agree.
movie, but I've heard it referenced. So,
Victor, can I ask what did you do this weekend? What did you do?
Oh, let me try and remember. I have a really bad memory.
Love.
But this weekend sort of stayed in on Friday, which I like love to do. Me and the boyf and our friend TJ just we played that thing called Jackbox.
Oh yeah, Jackbox games.
With 3 people.
Yeah, sort of. and the craziest part was we were like, oh, I want to play a board game, but we were like, oh, I can't find one. Oh my God, Target's closed. And then my boyfriend sort of like went to the common area of our like apartment, and there were like of the building, and there were like hundreds of board games.
Hundreds of
We
board
just like
games?
didn't like look.
Connect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so that was really fun, sort of low key. And then last night went to Maggie Winter's amazing Starlet.
Yeah, I wish I could have.
That's amazing.
Went to her karaoke B-Day.
Oh, love.
And so we did some amazing karaoke, sang Bang Bang with 2 other gay guys.
Love that.
Wait.
Which
one
were
were
you?
you?
Oh, I was Nikki.
Yes.
Okay, and then so was Maggie one of them or no?
No, it was just. Do you know Parker?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which one was Parker?
Oh, I do know Parker.
Parker was, I
Thankfully.
think, Jessie J.
Love. Who's Ariana then?
And then Nate was Jessie. Then Nate was Ariana, I think.
Okay. Very, very good. I love that.
So that was a big.
Who are you
slay.
in Rain on Me?
I'm Ariana and Rain on Me.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a Gaga and Rain on Me.
One time at a People's show, Ordinary People's, I was Waluigi Ariana Grande. So that was like really stunning.
Yeah. Do we have a sample of Walariana? Walarana?
Well, that's the thing. I just sort of
Wariana.
lip synced. It was
Yeah.
just a pure lip sync. So yeah.
Because I saw you be on the Charlie's Angels one.
Oh my god.
That
yeah.
was so fucking funny. I loved that one. That one was very funny. Like,
that was sort of thrown together.
what did I forget? What was the joke you made about your drag?
Oh, I was worried that it was like so bad that it was bordering on offensive and like coming the whole way back around, like that I was like doing something terrible to the drag community by doing drag in such a horrendous way. And well, there's some truth to that, I would say, if you've seen the pictures. It's so scary. But yeah, that's like what I did this weekend. It was a lot of fun. But
It's
I'm very
so
hungover.
fucked up that I like can't just do drag like with just like a shitty wig. You know what I mean?
know.
With just a shitty wig. That's literally like it's fucked up that I can't be in Drag Race with just like a Party City blonde, you know, like stringy. It's fucked up because guess what? I'd eat all those bitches up at Snatch Game.
Yeah, you would.
There's a darkness in you that thinks you'd win, right?
I actually don't think.
Okay.
Because I've done drag truly twice, and I was like, "Whoa, this is
incredibly
a lot harder than
Yeah.
I realized." So I've only been humbled recently, but of course, before slapping the wig on, of course, I thought I could beat all these queens.
Right. 100%. Everyone kind of does. It's kind of like how every gay guy thinks that they could win Drag Race, and every straight guy thinks they would be really good at stand up.
Yes.
It's 100% true, and I don't know
true.
that there's anything that all women think they can do.
No, I think that most women are sorry for even trying to do anything. They're like, sorry, I'm here. I'm so sorry. And one of the things that I know, the straight man stand-up thing I know is so true, because anytime I do a show, inevitably one straight man will approach me at the end of the show and like try to get me to like mommy reply to him like, yeah, honey, I think you could do it.
Yeah.
And I never do. I'm like, it's really hard. Like you could, but it's quite hard. But please, if you think you should, you can. But I'm not gonna fucking do what you're asking me to do at all.
No.
I'm not going to do that.
This is something that stand-up comedians do to me all the time, where they'll tell me a gay joke, and then I'll they'll be like, what do you think about this? And I'm like, you should really think about the consequences of what you're going to say and make that decision yourself, because I'm not going to give you a stamp of approval so that like if somebody does get pissed at it, which I don't really give a, I am a little problematic in terms of joking. Sometimes I do like ride that line. And I think like if you're a comedian, you have those instincts a lot of the time, for better or worse. But like, and some of them I was like, I don't think that's fun. But also what was always hurtful to me was like that I've seen like stand-up comedians, like straight stand-up comedians truly do like 20 minutes of like gay material about like someone thought I was gay once, or like people think I am gay, or I'm not gay but I wish I was, or like it's like all like that premise is like this gay guy is almost gay, and like what frustrates me about that is that I've been told that I like am too gay on stage, or I talk about being gay too much.
Who the hell said that?
Like everybody in my hometown.
Ew, oh my God. I hope
then like I don't think actually anybody in Chicago, but I have that narrative with everybody now because of it.
Yeah, no, totally.
You know what I mean?
I just hate that was said. That's so evil.
But it's like I think that the root of the matter, the issue is that like not every comedy venue, but a lot of comedy venues are ran by old boomer cis white men who like they just don't get anything that isn't a straight white man talking into a microphone. And like while that can be funny, there's so many other ways to be funny. And I think that the more venues are run by like young people, gay people, people of color, women, the more we're going to see the kind of comedy we want to see and not be so gatekept. And I know that I've not been funny once this entire episode. I feel like I'm being very sincere today because I'm on my last brain cell. But I really do think, Beckett, like, I understand internalizing those things because it's like everybody for the longest time told me not to do songs, and some people still tell me that, but I still fucking do the songs because the audience is laughing. So it's like, it doesn't fucking matter if you don't think it, like, if they don't think it's funny, if the audience is laughing, it's funny.
Well, you know, I think this is probably different for you, right? Because I feel like you came up from a different world of comedy, or came into comedy through a very different world. Like how did you get into like doing comedy, and like what would you say your main avenue for it is? Like, would you consider, because I know like you do a lot with social media.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, like I started when like I wasn't really allowed to like perform. So I sort of just funneled all of that like creative energy into like videos. But then I like in the past year I've been doing like stand up, and it has changed the way that like I feel like I don't write the same way, and that like whenever I do like a video, like it's way harder for me to do it now because I'm writing like in the efficient like stand up way to like remove all the fluff and like you know what I mean? So it's very hard to like, but I came up sort of unconventionally, like through online, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. I thought maybe you like, and I'm sorry to really accuse you of this in a lot of ways, but
bought my followers.
No. I thought maybe you did improv, which is worse.
No, I actually never did like an improv like class.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The way I sort of started wanting to perform was I would do improv with Meg Stelter on her lives.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
I didn't really realize that was improv, but I would just talk to her for like hours in like a character.
Yeah.
But like didn't realize like I was doing improv.
Well, here's the psycho thing about improv classes is it's like you like maybe need some guidelines and some ideas, but like you don't need to go through a whole class.
No, you're
like,
either good at it or you're not.
Yeah. I mean, it really is kind of that way, and I think like you know, you learn by doing in terms of comedy, and that's the thing I liked about stand-up more is it's like you just do it and then you learn, and the audience will tell you. But like it's not
absolutely.
It's not something like, I'm not saying that a comedy class isn't good. I think it's good for like people who don't want to be comedians.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think like an improv class is a perfect thing to have as a hobby if you're like a marketing executive. You know what I mean?
No, totally. Yeah, and I think that it is helpful to people that are like really shy, and like that's like awesome if you can like, that's like brave to me. Like if you're taking an improv class and
you're
like
shy,
because that would be really scary if you're
totally.
like not like a natural extrovert or whatever.
Oh no, and I mean,
which I'm not, and that's why it helped me so much.
It helps me so much.
Yes, and I'm normally so quiet,
so quiet. No, I mean, all I was gonna add was just that like I personally don't love doing improv. It's not my
I actually kind of do darkly.
I think I like, for example, if we're in a group of friends and we're doing a bit and we're like adding to the bit, I like that. I don't like doing it in front of people. I feel like I'm like, this is for me and my friends to like build on a joke that I would do in a stand-up set. Does that make sense?
Totally.
Whereas like I love to watch improv when it's good. Like I love watching Meg's stuff.
She's so good.
She's insanely good.
Yeah.
It's not something that I feel more comfortable getting up with a prepared script. But like I do like to improvise like among friends to riff on jokes that would become a more structured thing.
Right.
Is that?
Oh, totally.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I've realized that my writing process is mostly just like saying a joke in person. And it's not like I'm trying to find a joke right now, but saying something funny in person and then being like,
Why
and
is
most
that
of the
funny?
funny things you say in person like won't work on stage, even if they are really funny. But like
Right.
you find something, you're like, oh, this would be good on stage, and I'm like, I gotta write this down really quick,
Yeah.
and then it kind of evolves
Builds
from
from
there.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. I love the craft.
Wait, I have a question for y'all.
Yeah.
Did you both take like any stand-up classes or like have any like background in like performing like
You can go first, Beckett. You gestured yourself. You can go.
So I'll do. What'd you say? I didn't.
You were like, I feel like you did like a.
you did a gesticulation?
Yeah, that's why I wanted you to. I wanted to let you talk.
That's so weird. I
And
never
that's
moved my
actually
hands.
homophobia,
Gesticulation.
by the way. Pointing out a gay person's gesticulation.
Yeah. Why don't you tell me I have moxie next, Jamie? Fucking hate.
You look like you are ready to talk.
I love to accuse people of homophobia. I right before I got laid off, I called one of my VPs homophobic jokingly, and the room like screeched to a halt. And then people were defending him, and I'm like, I was joking, and then I'm like, whatever, I'm already on the list. So my background is I mean I've been in theater since like 5th grade, and I always did that, and I think the part I loved about theater was being funny.
Yeah.
And then I was a competitive speaker for a long time
What the hell is
in
that?
like high school. Like you would like present like. There were a lot of different categories you could do, where some of you like literally improvised an analysis of like a quotation, and then in others like you like wrote a persuasive speech and then presented that way. But then like I would mainly do like, there were acting ones and like comedy ones, and that was like my back. And I went to college for that for a year, but then I left. It's like such an insular, like intense world. Do you never did speech in? No. What do you have a background in performance?
I only ever did like the musicals in like middle school and high school.
What did you have parts?
Yes, and I agree. Like doing the funny lines in a musical is like so addicting.
Yeah.
I was like, literally I can change. I can have like control over a space.
You feel like a
Yeah.
puppet master.
This is addicting. Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like, well, it's like
These people are my chest.
I'm a bit of a maestro. I'm
Yeah.
a sophomore in high school.
Lydia Tarr, comedy icon.
Yeah. I was gonna say that, like, I did theater in like pretty much since I was 8. I did 2 theater degrees as well, and I was always like the funny character role. And it's like, I think once you've experienced like being a scene stealer, I guess that's like what they would.
Yes.
I bet they would probably call you that too.
Yeah.
And you too. You probably experienced being a scene stealer. It's like, I feel like stand up is essentially like.
Mine was always. It was. They were saying subtlety, nuance, like kind of in front of the camera, cinematic quality about my performance was what was kind of always brought upon me.
They kept saying nuance. Huh?
Nuance.
Nuance.
They go subtlety. They go understated for me.
Understated for
Yes.
you. Oh my God.
Yes, for me. Not really scene stealer as much as just like kind of like the grounding force.
Sort of the Milky White of Into the Woods.
Yes.
Sort of that subtle role.
The straight man of Into the Woods is Milky White, as we all know. The straight man in Annie is Sandy the dog. To play off wacky Annie, I'm an orphan. You know.
It's like we've heard that before. I've heard that a million times.
Oh my
Wait,
God.
so you had theater background since 8.
Yeah.
Wow. And then you went to school like BFA and
Yeah,
theater?
I did a BFA, and I did every time I talk about this on the podcast I get a little shy, but I did do a master's in musical theater in Scotland.
Whoa,
and then
that's cool.
I came back and just said, I want to be a clown.
Yeah.
Wait, why did when you said Scotland, I was like, they have that there?
What?
Excuse me, but aren't they still living in castles and stuff there?
They are a
sheep?
little bit.
Yeah,
They are a
their
little
theater
bit.
is like it's men in wigs, but not like the gay way. It's like the Shakespearean way, and then they have like one guy with like a jester hat who's like, "I'm the king." You know, that's very Scotland, and bagpipes.
Bagpipes.
It's
Absolutely.
totally bagpipes there in Scotland.
It is that. I would
Fuck
say.
Scotland.
Or
Also, I
isn't
love
that
that
Ireland?
Ireland. No,
Scotland is.
Scotland's a bad one.
How is Scotland the bad one?
Are you
Ireland.
Scottish?
I'm Irish and Scottish, but I do think Scotland is people in Scotland.
You see, that's why you have so much turmoil.
That is true. I thought it was maybe my mental illness. I thought it was maybe my bisexuality. It turns out all along it was the Scottish, Irish, and I'm a little bit German and Swedish. I got a lot.
Oh my god.
Of white devils to unpack.
Nordic.
Yeah.
Okay, Nordic. Go away.
Yeah, I thought the Scottish people that I met were okay. Irish people are kind and Scottish people are kind, but I lived in Scotland for a year and everybody was so nice.
I bet Scotland's awesome. I'm just trying to find a scapegoat for my problems. I'm just trying to find something to blame the economy on, like anybody else. I'm just trying to find the bad guy. And for me, it's Scotland.
Today
it's the entire country of Scotland. No, I mean,
didn't Azealia Banks have a big rant
about Irish people? Okay,
Irish.
and she was like saying something about how like I cannot remember. Oh God, it was so fucking funny.
It was really funny.
It was really funny. She's really funny.
She is. Her rants are all great, and like in terms of cinematic entertainment value is what I mean.
Do you remember when her and Lana Del Rey fought?
I won't not fuck you up.
I'm like Lana Del Rey has literally never hit somebody.
Yeah.
Like literally never hit somebody. I'm like Lana, why do you think you could beat Azealia Banks up?
Yeah, you
like
really
I'm like, I love that you're tweeting it. It is hilarious, but I don't think it's true.
Yeah, you need to be brought down to earth at that point.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's like her music is so down to earth for her to be so delusional in that situation. Like
whose music is down to earth?
Lana's.
I
I don't think Lana Del Rey's music is down to earth. That's not how I describe it. I don't know.
I think compared to Azealia Banks's music,
I don't know.
You don't know?
I wouldn't call either of them down to earth.
I wouldn't call them grounded, actually.
You would call them in the sky.
I would call them both in the sky.
Untethered, just flying away.
Yeah.
Just off with the moon in the.
I don't know enough about either of their music.
I've only recently been on a Lana Del Rey kick, which is maybe why.
Lana Del Gay. First time everyone's ever heard that one, huh?
Yeah.
I think so. Lana Del Rey, but it's a laptop.
I actually have to leave.
My Uber's here. I gotta go.
Oh wait, I have a story about Lana Del Rey.
I would love to hear it.
Thank God.
So me and my boyfriend went on vacation, and there was this girl that was dancing in this like floral dress, and I looked at her. I go, "You look exactly like Lana Del Rey." Like I was like, "This is like insane." Like the exact same body, the same hair length, like the same hairstyle. Mm-hmm. Face was different, but I was like, she like came over to us and she was like, "Do one of you boys want to dance with me?" And like my boyfriend like went up and danced with her, and I like took a video of it, and I was like, oh, and I captioned it like, "Oh my God, my boyfriend's dancing with Lana Del Rey," and it blew up on TikTok.
No.
To the point where the Lana stans were like commenting like, "Where are you? Where is it taking you? Where are you?" And then they were messaging us on like Instagram, like reposting it. This one fan account was like, "Hey, just like making sure, like, were you tricking us, or like was that actually Lana?" And then they were like really concerned and angry.
No.
And I was like, "Hey, I don't mean to like be rude by posting that, but like, no, that wasn't actually Lana Del Rey. Like, so sorry." And she was like, "You tricked us." I was like,
oh, it's so awkward.
It's really weird.
You tricked us.
So you tricked us. I was like, "Okay, honey, I didn't do anything to you. Okay."
The worst I've ever gotten attacked on TikTok, was the worst I ever got was when I called a video of Lady Gaga camp that people widely disagreed with.
Oh, bringing up camp.
People are like, "Oh, so anything's camp. Like, oh, so you're because you're a white faggot, it's camp." Like, I'm like,
"Yeah, honey, yeah, kinda."
I'm like, "Yeah, I guess I'm the gatekeeper." So
You control camp.
it's it's this
camp
video
counselor,
of her.
camp director. Help! I'm blacking out.
Yeah.
Did either of you work at camp ever though?
Never.
I did.
I thought you gave me camp. I know you've worked at Camp Beckett, but you were giving camp counselor vibes as well.
Yeah, you do give camp counselor vibes.
I thought we were all going to unite on that, but unfortunately, I was wrong about you.
Wow, I'm
Victor.
such a dumbass.
Yeah, do we have anything in common with you?
I guess if either of you were a stupid bitch, then maybe. But I guess I'm the only
Jamie.
one here.
No, I'm pretty fucking dumb.
I guess I'm the only one representing that community here. That sucks.
No,
Jamie's the stupid. I'm the bitch. No, I'm kidding.
No, you're not kidding though. I'm pretty dumb. I went to public school in Indiana, and
I'm brutally mean.
Yeah,
Brutally mean.
So I just feel like I should mention that I was sitting at a dinner a few days ago, and I couldn't count up 2 years on the ages 2 and 4, which would be 4 and 6. I struggled. I had to count on my fingers.
Well, it's insane that it's 4 and 6 when one of them's 2. I'll say it.
Yeah.
That feels like a huge jump.
What I'll say is there is a math equation that I have been trying to work through for like literally years since I was young. The equation is adding the numbers 8 plus 7 or 8 plus 5. Can't do it. Can't do it ever.
It hurts me.
8 plus 5.
8 plus 5 is an
that
impossible
one's
task.
easy for me for some reason.
Really?
Just because, but no math is really easy for me. But this is how I think of it. I'm like, 5 is 2 plus 3. So 8 plus 5 is 8 plus 2 plus 3, which is 13.
Me doing the numbers, I go, I don't.
And that's how I think about all math problems, which is an issue. Like I have to break it all down into like. 2.
No, I think that's good. I think that's normal and good.
Like,
okay.
If I had 12 plus 13, I would literally go 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 45, and I go 25, 30 years later.
When people ask me to like do math on the spot, I literally, the first thing I think of when I'm asked to do any math problem is fuck. And I think fuck. And I'm like, you're so stupid. Why everyone knows the answer to this. Everyone in here has already figured it out. Everyone knows how to count dice without actually counting them. You know what I mean? Like, you fucking idiot. Your grandpa was a physicist. And now you dropped out of clown college. And like, and then somebody says the answer. I'm like, oh yeah, that's it.
You're like, oh yeah, I was gonna say that. I was actually just gonna say that.
I also just. I think my aversion to math started because when I was in middle school, I had my cell phone, I thought, off in my pocket.
No.
In my math class.
Porn started going off.
And yeah, I was a little harlot.
Oh, no, I know where this is going. Porn started going off.
I hate it.
No, my alarm
hate it when the
to take
answer
my
to the math problem
medication.
is 6 to 9.
But basically, my math teacher yelled at me and took my phone away. And I think ever since then, I just was like, I was not into math to begin with, but that really just drove it home. Yeah. The humiliation of getting in trouble for having your phone versus like, I was a teacher for the past 6 years. Kids are fucking on their phones constantly now.
Yeah, I'm constantly hearing when serial killers are like, why did you do it? They're like, my math teacher took my phone away. That's a foundational trauma.
And let that be a lesson to you.
Talking to that math teacher later, you just lost a customer. I'm never gonna do math again.
You just lost a customer.
Fucking customer.
Do you know math teachers do make commission when you do math? By the way,
I'm sure their pockets are lined with people that are able to do 8 plus 7.
Mm-hmm.
They get like some percentage, which they know because they know numbers.
Why they
every time
you
do a math problem. Also, when I was trying to come up with a joke to describe how mean I was, this is a line I came up with, and it's like, I don't know what it is, but there's something good here. I'm tagged in the.
Well, actually, we'll be the judge of that. But go on.
Here we go.
I'm just gonna skip it now. Okay, this is like a line, and this is something. I'm tagged in the suicide note on your drafts.
That sounds like a Lana Del Rey lyric.
That does sound like a Lana Del Rey lyric.
Whoa.
Pretty down to earth.
I've also written one.
Pretty down to earth, Beckett.
Pretty down to earth.
It's so down to earth it's in hell.
Yeah. It's pretty core of the earth right now. I have also written one perfect like Cardi B lyric, I would say.
Okay.
Okay, but I can't rap. Okay. But this is the lyric. He be sneezing when he please. No, shit.
Did you ruin the punchline?
No.
Okay, good.
He be pleasing when he sneeze. No. I was right the first time around. Okay, this is the perfect rap lyric that I've written. He be sneezing when he pleasing because this pussy gazoon tight. Oh, isn't that fucking good? Isn't that fucking good?
That's pretty good. That's pretty cardi. That's pretty cardi.
You need to add a like a German reference at like the beginning, the line before maybe.
Pretzel. Pretzel.
Bavarian.
He be sneezing when he pleasing. All the things I can think about Germany right now are really bad.
Oh no, never mind.
Mustard,
I'm like,
pretzel?
I'm like the two things I know about Germany: the Nazis and pretzels. That's literally all they are. Angela Merkel be sneezing when she pleasing because this pussy doesn't die. Anyway,
it's about time for the song. I just wanted to
Angela,
see
not
if
Angela.
either of you.
Angela.
Oh. That's good. Angela?
Angela. It's Angela.
Angela.
Tuvelu.
Toodaloo, Angela.
Toodaloo.
Carlesi.
Carlesi.
I told you guys, I'm dumb. I am the dumbest person in this half circle.
No,
Whole circle,
No,
we
you're
can't.
not. You're not dumb. You're
Don't
very
lie to me.
smart. This is what Jamie will not tell anybody is one time I walked in on Jamie in the bathroom. She's just doing equations on the mirror. Literally. Just solving for X.
So really,
So
I'm not
smart she
dumb.
had to use her own.
Turns out I'm not dumb. I'm just
And like the
manipulative.
equation at the end is like, I am God. Yeah. She's just I've always said that Jamie is like the Goodwill Hunting of like comedy, you know what I mean?
Whoa.
Like secret genius.
Yes.
That's actually really nice. I was just gonna say that when the way you're describing the mirror thing, it's like, oh, I'm not dumb. I'm just manipulative. Like that's really all it is.
You're gone, girl.
I'm playing dumb.
Rosamund Pike.
I'm playing. No, but do we have any final thoughts before the song? Any last things we want to get in?
Honey, I don't have any thoughts ever. So.
I have a lot of thoughts.
Wait, what I'll say is no one has ever described my comedy as like smart. It's sort of really low hanging fruit at all times, which is fun.
This kind of
And I don't know if anyone's ever described my comedy as smart either. Actually, now that I'm really thinking about it, the crazy thing is, I think I'm brilliant.
What's crazy about
that's
it?
the psycho thing.
Like,
That's actually the cuckoo thing. Is I think I'm brilliant. I almost just, and this is how dark my brain is. I was like, I never said the rap lyric, but I'm like, yeah, I did.
You did actually.
I did, and I corrected myself twice. Damn it. Okay, final thoughts. So here are my final thoughts about everything that we've discussed today.
Awesome.
Today. We learned. We listened. We laughed. And we also cried a little. Oh wait. I have one more story that I tried to tell earlier, but then I forgot. And this is how I'm gonna do my last
Because
thought.
I kept interrupting.
No, it's probably for the best. Because sometimes, like, if the guest doesn't interrupt, it's like they kind of just.
I think become the curtain.
You like look up in your hands, like you're like. But I'm just very sensitive right now. You talked about crying at the very beginning of the podcast, actually, one of the first things you said. And I have been crying at the randomest So I was helping my partner move yesterday. And then I was like, I'm not going to order food. And then I like went to like 7-Eleven to get Campbell's chicken noodle soup. Their new apartment doesn't have a microwave. And they also forgot to pack their silverware. So I was like starting to drink the cold Campbell's soup because, you know, I learned one time that actually Campbell's soup is like safe to eat uncooked, but it turned out it's actually gross when it's uncooked, which is something that they don't tell you about. And then I started crying as I was eating like the cold Campbell's soup, and then I ordered barbecue.
I'm glad you ordered barbecue. I'm glad that the story ended and you ordered barbecue because
Yeah.
I want to cry hearing that you drank cold soup out of a can.
I'm down bad. Down bad.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Jamie, logistically, Where are you going after this?
Oh, where am I going?
Yeah.
I'm going home because I drove 6 hours back from Minnesota, so I'm pretty tied.
Yeah.
But
okay.
do you want to be dropped somewhere at your?
Could you take me to the Laugh Factory?
Yeah, I can take you there. That's very close. I can do that. That I can do. That I can do. I love that we're making arrangements. Yeah. Victor, you need to ride at my camp.
You told me final thoughts, and I go, I have to think of everything right now. Okay.
Give me a ride.
Okay.
Oh, we started the song? Really?
Yeah.
No? Okay. I think I can make up a chorus.
Wait, Jamie, did you have
this.
final thoughts?
Oh, I guess just my final thought is just I just am glad you're both here. Thank you both for being here. That's pretty much it.
We are going to always remember what we did today. And I'm gonna buy a pair of jeans, and we're gonna switch them off. Yeah. Like on a monthly or yearly or like whatever bi-monthly, like semester basis.
Sisterhood or
what happened tonight, it needs to be like written in denim.
Does Hunter Hirsh, our musical guest, also wear the pants when we
yes,
trade him
Hunter
off?
and Christine are also wearing the pants. That
Okay.
There's just no doubt about that.
So we each get them like twice a year almost.
Well, that'll be perfect because I'm going to a soccer camp, so I'll be able to wear the pants at the soccer camp.
We'll have to make sure that doesn't interfere with my denim convention, which I already put on the Google Calendar. But
wow, fuck.
I've already planned this out, but no one helped me.
Did you ask for help though?
Convention
what?
You said no one helped you. Did you ask us for help?
Just sing the song, Jamie. Okay, Lesson, I do need to get better for asking for help. Now that's gonna be the name of the song.
Just sing the song. Just sing the song. It won't take long to just sing the song. Just sing the song. Just sing the song. It won't take long to just sing the song.
It won't take long to sing a song, which is very good because it's understood that singing a song is a great way to pass the time. I feel like I have to say something funny here because of the nature of it being a comedy podcast. But the thing is, sometimes I don't always think of something funny, so I just gotta rely on what I got. Just sing the song. Just sing the song. Just sing the song, Victor. Just sing the song. What if I had a really low voice? What if this is what my voice sounded like? Now we're going into a Britney Spears space. Oh my God, a little bit cursive. I'm just singing the song. Bjork. This is what Jonesy sings like. This is what Jonesy sings like. Oh my God. Somebody jumping inside me. Oh, just sing the song. Just sing the song. It won't take long. Just sing the song. Oh, just sing the song. Oh, even if it's just sing the song. It won't take long. In fact, it's ending
right now.
Wow.
That was
a great interview and a chaotic song. But you know what I would primarily describe that song as? Down to earth.
Really down to earth.
I feel like this entire episode has been just so down to earth.
Yeah.
We're pretty laid back show people.
We're grounded. We're relatable. We do well in key demographics.
I find that I relate really well to people that have my exact same life experience and are my exact age.
True.
So that's what I will say about my audience.
True to me.
Victor, where can the people who listen to this podcast, our myriad of fans listening, where can they find you on the internet?
That's an amazing question. I am located at Victor Car Bakes on Instagram. And you could see me perform live April 11th at my I.O. show with a girl named Carlesi called Legally Blonde the Musical live.
Oh, I love. Wait, April 11th?
Yes.
Wait,
I'm literally want to see if
who
I
are
can
you
come.
in Legally Blonde?
Well, it's Legally Blonde the Musical live auditions. So it's me and Carly as musical directors, and we're auditioning the new star of the show.
Oh, that sounds like so much fun.
But the star is
I
up
put
to
it in the cowl.
interpretation.
I'm gonna come. Legally Blonde is actually one of my favorite musicals.
It's so good.
It's so good. Okay.
I've always wanted to do, I could talk forever anyway.
Well, Victor, thank you for joining us. We'll
you.
continue chit-chatting after we stop recording, but I have been Jamie Schreiner, and
that sounds like a threat.
I feel like you have to keep talking to us. You have to stay here for 2 more hours. No, but I'm Jamie Schreiner. I'm one of the hosts of this podcast, and I got Beckett Kenny here.
What?
I'm Beckett Kenny. I guess I now have to also delineate that I'm also one of the hosts. Thank you to the Lincoln Lodge. Thank you to Victor for coming. Thank you to Hunter for being our amazing comedians. And thank you to Christine, our amazing producer. Lots of love. And this has been The Big Finish. Bye.
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 This is The Big Finish at Lincoln Lodge. We're about to get it on the show. So come on, everybody, and get the show on the road.
Let's get it on the road.